Hello everyone, it's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. Welcome back to another Mystery Monday video today. We're starting another week and heading into the end of February. Wow, gone by so fast. Excuse me. So today we're going to take a look at this layered Florals 3D embossing folder. It's a lot of words in there. I love our embossing folders. There is so much you can do with them. It just amps your card up so much. And if this is a new folder that is in our mini, and if you're looking for it, it's right here at the back on page 75. So this is what the image looks like once it's embossed. Make sure you always check out the back of the catalogs, because if you're looking for a particular stamp set or dies or bundles, like, it has all of the content of the mini at the back of the catalog. So all of our stamps are listed alphabetically, our dies, standalone dies, or most of our dies are there. All of our embellishments, our designer papers, and then a little further up you've got all of our bundles, and those are all in alphabetical order. So it's a really great way to save you some time flipping through the catalog. You just go there if you want to see it a little closer and the details of it, then go back into the main catalog. Okay, so that's where it is. And this is what it looks like. It's a 6x6 folder. I apologize, there's a bit of a glare here today. So it's a big 6x6 3D folder, and the inside is like this. I don't know if these are like lotus flowers or what these are, but they're just really pretty. So we are going to play with this. Kind of a technique, but some of you may have already done this. I'm not sure. I saw the idea from Peggy No, who is, I believe, an American demo from Pretty Paper Cards. This is sort of a spin-off on something she did. Hers was absolutely beautiful, but this is what we are going to do, this sort of a technique where we're going to just sort of color in the raised images of some of these flowers. Okay, so this one I did with Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. I believe this was just Highland Heather, but it sure came out darker than I thought, but that's okay. And then a lot of the rest we just left white. And I used the Stylish Shapes dies to cut out this banner and the punch to give flag my greeting. The stamp set we're going to use is the Go-To Greetings. It's got some great sizes of three or four. Thinking of you, just a note, happy birthday. So 3 different greetings, but 3 different sizes and fonts of each one. So this is always, pardon the pun, a go-to set, because it's a really beautiful script and then some different scripts. So this is the set that I used here, and I had a little bit of the retired Gorgeous Grape sheer ribbon here at the back that I just added, and these are from our new Purple Fine Shimmer Gems that are also in the mini. So some great sizes, and that just worked great with the purple that I used. Okay, so we are going to do a spin-off of a different color. Now, this is what your paper will look like once you've run it through the embossing folder. Okay, so here you see the beautiful raised images. On the reverse, they're a little more recessed. So, you know, that's another option if you wanted to do that. But we're going to color some of these larger flowers. And try to make them pop a little bit. Okay, so that's beautiful when that comes out of your die cutting machine, just great. So I have already started, and we're gonna spin this up with some Lemon Lolly. I thought, let's try this in a different color. So I pulled out my Lemon Lolly, which is a new core color, which is awesome. So I've got the dark. And with this one, I am just going to do the floral part here. Okay, so now take a quick look before you start that you can distinguish the leaves from the flower. It took me a little bit to kind of make sure I didn't accidentally start coloring the leaves as part of the flower. So for this, I'm going to save time because I did already start. So we're just going to focus on this one flower. So these three would be the leaves that I'm just going to leave untouched, and we're going to color those after we do this large flower. Okay, so now in the center, like you can see here, there's some sort of little spiky points. So we're just going to try to go around those. Now I should have had the light on the other side of me, but that's okay. That's the way this goes today. The time of day that I'm doing this. Okay. So try to leave those leaves untouched, so you have some nice raised parts of these blossoms, which just is so beautiful. Now if I go over, I apologize, my eyesight isn't quite as good when it comes to this fine detail stuff, so but you get the idea. You just want to sort of go over those petals with whatever color of blend you want. Now, of course, you can imagine the color possibilities that you could do with this, right? We've got so many different colors of blends that, you know, your color possibilities are endless with this. So just have fun and experiment. Like, just run a couple of pieces of the I ran this through on basic white, but you could probably do it on vanilla too if you want sort of more of a little antique look. I like the vanilla for that. Okay, so I need to do these ones here too. But yeah, like, you know, like I did the purples, you could try pinks if you wanted, or reds, or whatever color you like. Like just run, like I said, a couple of them through your embossing folder on the die cut machine, and you can just play and see which ones you like the best, and just make an assortment. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go over some of these outlines, these raised spots again, just to see if I can get them a little bit darker. I probably could have started with a light lemon lolly, but I wasn't sure how light that was. So I thought, oh, let's just keep it simple. We'll just use the one color. But definitely feel free to experiment, because you might be surprised. Like, sometimes we think, oh my gosh, that's going to look terrible. And then once you start playing with it, we kind of are pleasantly surprised at the result, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, I sure did not think that was going to turn out like that. So always great to play a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to leave the flower at that. For the center, I'm going to use the Calypso Coral. This is the light Calypso Coral. And so I'm just going to sort of go over these spikes here in the center as much as I can see them here, and just sort of go over those to give them a bit of a contrast. In my purple, I did the centers in Daffodil Delight, but this one I'm just going to do in the Calypso because I've already got the yellow going there. And then for these leaves, I used the light Old Olive. Now, another really pretty color that Peggy did, was she did her leaves in soft seafoam. And oh my gosh, they look just beautiful. But I don't have a soft seafoam blend. So, and for anyone interested, I am wanting to start a blends club. So message me or put a note in the comments if you'd like to participate. We've got so many great new core colors and some new in colors that are going to be coming up, and some that are retiring that you might not have. So leave me a message in the comments or message me, and if you'd like to know how that works, I'd like to start it beginning of March, and I can tell you what the commitment will be. It'll be a 7-month club, and I believe it's 2 packs of blends per month, and one of those months you get to be the lucky hostess. So you will get to earn some free hostess products. So always a great way to stamp on a budget, get your supplies gradually, and not have to fork out everything all at once. Because I know sometimes we just think, oh my gosh, I love that right now. But sometimes we have to wait. Okay, so that's the coloring that I was going to do on this one. So now you can decide which way do you want this to show on your project. So I've already cut out the colors we're going to use. So I'm going to use Lemon Lolly as my base and Mossy Meadow as my layer. Now, the way this lolly turned out, you could probably even use a Daffodil Delight base if you wanted. That would work out too. So we can put it on the Mossy Meadow, and that makes the yellow pop even more, don't you think? So do you want your flowers sort of going this way, or do you want them this? I think I'm going to do them this way because I still want to put a greeting, and I don't want to cover up all of the flowers. So I think I'm going to put mine this way. And don't forget, if you are using the blends, they do bleed. So just be aware of that. If you want any of this, like in the inside of your card, you're going to have to make sure you've got something underneath just to protect it so it doesn't bleed through. Okay, so that, and then we'll put this on top of our Lemon Lolly. And like I said, you could do daffodil or just white. That would be nice too. And then for a greeting, I did use the Go-To Greetings, and I just kept it very simple. I stamped Mossy Meadow on the Lemon Lolly and just I'm going to layer it on a piece of Mossy Meadow there and put that at the bottom of the card. You could use a fancier die if you wanted, but I thought let's just keep it a little simple, something a little different. Not always quite so fancy schmancy. Sometimes simple is nice. So here, do you want to put it straight or do we want to raise it is the question. Well, I know I love dimensionals, but I also love the look of this just flat on there. What do you think? You could do it either way. Do I want to pop it up? Just because the flowers are popped up. Oh my gosh, I am so indecisive this morning. Oh, well, let's pop it up. And then if we don't like it, we can always change it, right? It's probably going to look fine either way. So let's just pop that up with some dimensionals, and we'll put that a little closer to the bottom. So we're not going to cover up all of those flowers. So I think that works. So that's not so bad raised. I think that's kind of nice. And then just to add a little bit of bling. Now, where did they go? I had some of there. The iridescent foil gems. These are also in our mini, and oh my gosh, I have used these so much because they're plain, but yet because they're iridescent, they sort of pick up whatever color you've got going on in your project. So this will kind of pick up maybe a little bit more of the yellow, maybe a bit of the green, and let's just put one of those on each side of our little message, and there you go. What do you think? I think that's just really a cool way to use that embossing folder, right? So we've got these two, and then I did play around with one other color which I wanted to show you, and that's this one. This was using the Poppy Parade blends, and again I used the Old Olive and the Daffodil Delight. Again, the Go-To Greetings, I just added a little bit of baker's twine with a little butterfly, and that was it. Do you have a favorite color or a favorite pattern? This one, if you'll notice, does not have a mat underneath it. It's just the folder on top of the white. Could always add a folder underneath if you like. And you can always just adjust the size of your folder too if you wanted it a little bit smaller to show a little bit of a bigger background. Like, there's so many options and things that you can do, and especially with color as well. So I hope you enjoyed that project, and we will see you again next week. Bye for now, everyone.